That's a bad blunder. Day 2. Never say that again. Example 1, unless you're talking about cookies. The sum of 3 and the number h is 10. A, B, and C, and D all have, I also can't do the alphabet. A, B, C, and change the last C to a D. They all have kind of like riddly type problems, and the riddles you've already seen, so we're going to do these fairly quickly. I want you to pay attention to 4 words. If you see the word sum, you're thinking addition. Go down into the box where there's a little table and write sum. There could be more words that mean addition, but sum is the main one today. If you have the sum of 3 and a number h, that part is going to be written on the left of the equation. 3 plus h is equal to 10. These are all going to be fairly quick and fairly easy. They're all one step. And once you have written it like that, you've matched your riddle. Let's solve it. Leah, how do I solve for h from here? You do. Because the 3 is a positive number, it's a good guy. The opposite's a bad guy, negative 3. And what's my answer for this one? Justice. Yeah. Okay, let's do another one. B is the product of a number and x. I'm going to start, if you're a little stuck on these, always start with the equal sign, and that's going to be the word is. So let's put is as equals, and it equals the number 35. Then you got to piece together the product of a number and x. No, the number x and 7. What does product mean? Silent hands. What is the product again? Mason. It's the answer to what? A multiplication problem. So when you see products, think multiply. When you see product, think multiply. Here's how I write it. 7 times x. Why did I put the 7x squished together? Why wasn't I put like a times sign? 7 and x squished together just means what? It means multiplication. And the reason in algebra why they don't write 7 times x is, why does that look kind of funny? Because there's 2 x's and it just looks like a mess. You could also do the dot, I guess, but they like to simplify things. I guess you could call mathematicians a little lazy, and you can also just write it as 7 next to x. It means the same thing. Let's simplify it. How do I solve for that equation? One step to the answer. Jackson, what do I do? By 7, vice versa. X is equal to 5. Okay, just 2 more of these kind of riddly types. The difference between a number and x. The difference, I did it again, between a number x and 18 is 2. Difference is your key, but we're going to start with the equal sign. It equals 2. When you see difference, you think, what operation? Colton. Difference is not the only word to clue you in, but it is a keyword for subtraction. Difference between a number x and 18 looks like this. You don't flip it unless it's less. If it's 2 less than a number, 2 less than my 20 donuts I ate this morning would be 18. I did not, but I wish I did. Add 18 to both sides? Not really, actually. That would be a stomachache. Have you guys ever tried to run when you ate a donut? Totally side conversation, but there was a challenge when I was in high school where it was called the Donut Challenge, and you would run a mile, but every lap you would have to stop, and you'd have to eat a donut. A whole donut. And it was like a time challenge, so you'd run a lap, shove a donut in your mouth, eat all of it, prove that it was gone, and then you'd run it again. And the trick was not really completing it, but completing it without throwing up. Whoever finishes with the fastest time, yeah.
What kind of donuts were they?
I'm way off. That was my fault. Back on track. 3, 2, 1. The quotient of a number and 3 is 9. Quotient is your keyword for this one, and you could use process of elimination. Quotient means division. Quotient is the division box. So a number divided by 3. The quotient of a number and 3. N divided by 3 is 9. Cool. Solve that for me, Sierra. Great. And the answer, Sierra, finish it off. Great. Hooray. You try this one on your own. The difference between a number S and 5 is 18. 30 seconds. Check your answer. The difference between S and 5 is 18. Yeah, I can. Is that good? Cool. S should equal what number? Kate, what'd you get for the answer, Kate? Kate, what did you get for the answer? If you got 23, you got it right. 18 and 5 is positive 23. Last example. So this is an extension of yesterday's lesson. There's one key difference here, and I bet you can catch it when we start setting this guy up. Cindy bought 4 boxes of cereal and 2 gallons of milk. Circle the numbers for a total cost. Remember, total was kind of like the equal sign is. So when you see total, you're probably going to put that by the equal sign. Each box of cereal cost $3. Whoa, another number. Where'd that come from? Enter the cost in dollars of a gallon of milk. First thing, if you're a little lost in these, is to make the equal sign and the number on one side of it. It equals 20 bucks. Second is to define a variable. What am I looking for, Avery? Good. Box of what? Do I know the cereal costs? I do. They give me that number? That's kind of new. What is the thing I don't know, Avery? Keep searching. You're doing a great job. Yeah. This is the thing I don't know. Let's make that G. I don't know the cost of a gallon. I do know the cost of a box of cereal. So let's set this thing up. If I have 4 boxes, both of these numbers are repeating. There's not a number that just happens one time like yesterday's. Both of these repeat. However, one of them I know how much it repeats. How many boxes of cereal or how much money do I have to pay for each box of cereal? I know that amount now. What was it, Justice? Watch where I put it. Next to the 4. I bought 4 boxes of cereal. It cost $3. I bought 4 boxes. It cost $3 for each. So I do know the total of that. I don't know how much money a gallon is. Put 2G there, and let's solve. 4 times 3 is what number, whole class? 12 plus 2G equals 20. Now you can solve with 2 steps. Reese, what's my first step to solve this equation? Good start. Let's agree or disagree with that before we go on. Colton, what do you want to change, or what other option do you have? Oh, so you want to do that? Oh, you wanted to start with a 12. Okay, those are two options we could go with. Let's see. Which one do you agree with, A or B? 1 or 2, which one do you agree? 1 for A, 2 for B. Should I move the 12 or the 2? Sierra, why would I start with the 12? So because the 12 is not next to the variable, remember the friends, where the friend was farther away, he gets kicked out first. So the 12 is farther from the G than the 2. Kick out the 12. Subtract it on both sides. 2G equals 8. I love the blunders though, because the closer we get to test, the better those blunders will help us kind of sift out. So thanks for making them. 8 divided by 2 is 4. So what does that mean? I got an answer. It's a number 4. Put a sentence with it. Mason. Yeah. So milk costs $4 per gallon. Question? Comment? You do. Here's why. I don't care that much about your answer. Algebra is a language, and learning the language is going to help when you get into the more complicated parts of algebra, like Algebra 1 and Algebra 2, freshman year and junior year of high school. You can look at this problem, and you guys have great minds. You could probably sort it out mentally, even write down some work and get there. But algebra is a language and it has a structure. Learning the structure is the main part of this unit for your 7th grade. You're taking 7th grade math. Your 7th grade life is learning the structure. You want a story before your bronze? I don't think I told you this when I gave you why algebra is important. So I went to Mexico with my wife, and I kind of knew some words. And I was trying to know where the I was trying to ask for the bathroom, and I knew the word bathroom, baño, and so I'm trying to we're at like this restaurant, and I'm trying to ask where the bathroom is, and I knew the words I am, and I knew the word looking, and I knew bathroom, and I tried to piece it together, but I wasn't really fluent, so I didn't quite know the structure. And I could say bathroom, I could not ask like this really complex phrase. And so I went up to the waitress, and my wife knew Spanish a little better, but she just like let me kind of fail because she thought it was funny. And so I went up to the waitress and I said, I forget even the phrase I said, but essentially what I said is, I am looking like a bathroom. Instead of, I am looking for the bathroom. And she just bust up laughing. And my phrasing was kind of right, but it was just off. When I tried to do the harder, more complex sentence structure, it kind of is the same for algebra. You can get it if you're doing like one-step equations, but when you head to algebra 2, you're going to have just a whole sheet of paper. If you have siblings who are in high school, their problems take up a lot of room. So that's why the structure is important. It's kind of frustrating because some of you can get it just by looking at it, but I'm not worried about the answer. Does that make sense? Okay. It is frustrating though, because you guys are very bright. Yuri Try, Mr. McT bought 4 tickets to the movies and 3 boxes of popcorn. Each ticket costs $10. Enter the cost in dollars of 1 box of popcorn. If you spent a total of $52. This one's very similar to the last one, and I think I'm gonna add the tickets and the boxes together.
Because you said each ticket costs $10 and you got 4 tickets. Which equals $40.
Right. So you're correct.
You would subtract that from
You have those right, yeah. So okay, good. But this is what it should look like. So the structure of it is 4 times 10 is 40. So you multiply the tickets by the cost. 40 is this. And then you move the 40 over. Okay, then you're left with 12. Did you get 12 in your head, Sean? Yeah, so there's the 12 from subtracting 40. And then you want 3 boxes. 3 boxes cost $12. Each box cost 4. If your work looks like that, you are good to go to bronze section number 1. What do I want to tell you about bronze? Not much. There's a variety in here. Once you hit number 8, you're going to see it's just an equation. I'm having you practice just those steps again to get precise with the signs and get extra practice with that. About half of your test will be just the equations, kind of the robotic steps. Half of it will be word problems, and a little smidgen of it will be review. Sure. You can always skip with bronze to silver to gold, but make sure you go back. Oh, it is silvery. Yeah, there's something tricky about silver. If you guys can't figure out silver, don't spend more than like 2 minutes on it. I want you to go back. One for her and one for. She has a lot of motorcycles. If you ever ask her about motorcycles, she can tell you all that. Yeah, it's tricky. Oh, why? So each motorcycle cost $1,000. Whoa, you're correct. Change the 1,020 to 2,020. That is a blunder. Yeah, sorry. Number 4 has a blunder. Look on the board when you get to it, and that changed this number that's underlined in red. Yeah. Whoops. It's going to be 0, because -9 plus 9 is 0. 0 divided by 4 So when you have a division bar across the whole, it's a little bit different than that. The division bar is short. And when this is a 30, you want to start again. So you're going to hold it out both sides.
Change it to wait, silver.